I think the first thing that really got me interested in figuring out how stuff worked was toys, pretty much. I was a kid, and we would sometimes buy, like, I don't know, dollar store toys as like a little treat, the stave you off until Christmas, pretty much. But dollar store toys are not very ruggedly built, you could say. If something would break or something would stop working on a particular toy, I would stop playing with it, but I wouldn't just like throw it away. I would figure out how to take it apart and try to see what wasn't making it do what it was supposed to, because I didn't know why it wasn't doing what it was supposed to. I just knew that it wasn't doing it. So it really got me curious as to how simple things work, how mechanisms work, how they make them. The person that really got me interested or fostered my hobby pretty much was my dad, I would say. He's done things with his hands all his life. He's a contractor, and he does, little projects and stuff on the side. He was the person that really showed me some of what I can do with it as far as like fixing things. Why I do what I do is pretty much just, it goes down to like the most basic questions of curiosity of why, what, and how. Most people, they see a finished product and they see what it does and they see how it does it, but they don't really ask how it does those things. They don't really ask why it does those things, of like the mechanism, the small pieces that make up the greater thing do what they do. And so it's pretty much just curiosity. I don't know how everything works. I don't know why some things work in certain patterns, like gear turning ratios and whatnot, and I find a project that has something that involves that, and sometimes I learn things I didn't expect to learn from projects, and that also kind of keeps me going, because the more you can learn, the less you need. Where I get most of my stuff really depends on the project. Sometimes I will literally see something on the side of the road and think, wow, that looks like I can fix that easily, and I will stop and pick it up and take it home. Sometimes it pans out, sometimes it doesn't. Other times people will give me stuff to fix and I'll just end up fixing it and they take it back, or sometimes they'll give it to me because it's broken and they don't want it, and I'll end up fixing it that way, so I just get stuff for free. Some of the projects I'm working on now are, I don't know if you could call it a family heirloom, but it's just something that has been in my family for, it's only like 2 generations, but it's this little model airplane motor, like an old school one, for a model airplane, so I've been trying to work on that. I've been trying to fix various like small engine lawnmower type category projects that I've collected over the past years. I'm trying to thin the herd there. I'm trying to fix TV that I found on the side of the road, pretty much. It's almost ready to go, but I've got to complete a few components in that. I'm trying to get into carpentry some. We've got some old furniture. I'm trying to learn how to refinish those. It's pretty much just family pieces. Furniture that I think specifically my aunt collected when she passed a few years ago. We're trying to get that usable again. I've got to kind of prompt my dad to get moving on that, but I'd like to see some of it refinished and some of it used, because it's nice pieces. One of them I've actually got split up in another like sub project that I'm working on right now, is like an old tube radio that she had from 49. So I'm trying to work on the radio chassis of that, but also, at some point refinish the wooden radio cabinet that it goes into. So it'll be like a complete project, but right now I'm working on just the electronic part of that. I'd like to, in general, get into more carpentry stuff, because it takes up a little less space than like computers and engines and lawnmowers and stuff. It would probably behoove me more to do something a little more practical as far as furniture, so I can have like a skill I can carry no matter where I live and no matter what I'm doing job-wise at the time, and just buy old furniture and just refinish it. The hobby that I have impacts me like pretty much physically, mentally, and emotionally, because I'll be working on something and it'll be just an off day and I'll have to put it down because I don't want to spoil the project, pretty much. If you're not going to put your best work into it, why do something? It's impacted my choice of profession definitely, because if I weren't so curious with figuring out how things worked, I probably wouldn't have even bothered to get into mechanical things, that I've gotten interested in, and I wouldn't be at the aircraft maintenance program. But mentally, it also helps some days because sometimes you just need to unwind from the rest of life, as it goes on. And working on projects is basically that avenue for me to unwind from everything else that I'm always thinking about, of homework and schooling and work and family stuff. And it just to go in and fix something that does not talk back to you and does not work in complex ways that you don't understand. It's a nice simple, you take the wrench, you turn the screw, and that fastens that part together and it works. It's so simple. And it's kind of sad to see that repair is going by the wayside in favor of replace. And so if there's a way that more people could get interested in fixing things instead of just throwing it away, or at least trying to see how it works and see what makes it tick, that would lead them to fix or make something else, that doesn't have to be just thrown away. I would like to see a lot more of that happen. I'd like to see a lot more of a repair culture come back.